What's going on, and welcome to this brand new video in which I'm going to be showing you exactly how you can go about making multiple crores for yourself and increase your net worth significantly even if you're starting out from scratch. This means even if you're a complete beginner, you have never started a business and you literally just don't know what exactly to do, I'm going to be talking about 7 different phases that you can actually go through in order to succeed. Now, at this point of time, you might be wondering, who is this guy and why is he qualified to teach me how to make crores in sales? Well, my name is Rohan Dhawan. I'm 26 years old, and till date, what I've done is I've created this company called as Uability, which has signed over 1,500 clients all over the country. Out of that, we have actually created 800 plus successful case studies, which are documented, and I have actually helped them get high ticket clients. And also, it comes from my experience of growing this company, Uability, literally from zero to multiple crores in sales that we do every single year. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about how exactly did that happen. Now, a lot of gurus and people that you see on the internet, you kind of see their videos, and I could actually see and read the comments, and what I see is,
oh look, this person is an overnight success. They are just creating these videos to show off, right? An average person cannot do all these things and whatnot.
So they have a lot of these misconceptions which kind of stop them from moving forward and actually making any kind of progress. So before you watch this video, I want you to have a completely open mind, right? And I want you to actually just observe what exactly did I do and how exactly you can use this information in order to actually make some progress in your life and make a lot of money. So let's get started. Now, the first thing over here is you must understand how exactly did it start. Now, the thing is, back in the days as a student, right, when I was in school, you know, in the initial days, I used to live in this house, and my dad had just recently started his business. So finances weren't the best situation, you know, financially, it wasn't the best situation for us, right? Now, I used to go to school every day, but the thing is, I was a pretty average student. I wasn't like, you know, very good with like studies, and I kind of just scored average. So every single day, tuition teachers will come and they would like tell me like, you know, you have to do all this. Even my parents would remind me that, hey, we are spending a lot of money on your education, on all these teachers, so you better like make something of yourself. So of course there was this like, you know, understanding and pressure from, you know, that aspect that I had to do. But even though that pressure was there, I used to try, but I just couldn't, you know, find whatever was being taught in the school to be interesting, right? I mean, I honestly did not care about most of the things that were taught in school, but I enjoyed like, you know, watching a lot of YouTube videos, watching a lot of podcasts, learning new skills, right? Which gave me joy. And as you can see in your screen, there's like this, you know, I used to read all these books by these successful people, and I used to just write down the awesome quotes that whatever they used to say on a piece of paper so that I could remind myself. So what I observed is, after watching all these successful people, one thing that they all had in common was that they started a business, and that was one of the main reasons why they were able to become successful. In fact, a recent study done, I think in America, proved that over 40% of the people who were self-made millionaires actually did that by starting their own business, right? So that is where the motivation or the drive came from, and that is when I started Googling how to make money online. Now, one thing that I could recommend for most of the people watching this video, you must have a major reason why exactly you want to do it. There must be some sort of why, there must be some sort of you know, circumstance in your life that must be motivating you. Otherwise, in my opinion, it's just like becomes very difficult, and when things become really challenging and you're still in your comfort zone, you know, it really doesn't motivate you to actually push through those obstacles and actually move forward. So that being said, after this, I moved on to phase number 1, so which was discovery and skill identification. Now, when I was like researching online, I was like looking for these podcasts, watching these YouTube videos, I used to come across a lot of different content. Now, it is very overwhelming when you go to Google and start typing how to make money online, because you come across thousands of searches, thousands of different methods, thousands of different gurus which are teaching and preaching different kind of methodologies. And honestly, I believe it's okay to try and discover what is best suited for you and what is not best suited for you. Now, if you won't do it, then how else are you supposed to find, right? So my first venture began by me starting a YouTube channel, which was created on March 7, 2008, and you can literally see that. Now, this channel went on to reach over like 1 million views, right? It was like when I was a kid. I used to come back from school and I used to make these videos online teaching people how to jailbreak their iPhone and how to unlock it. Now that was a big thing, back when I started recording these videos. Now, what started happening is I used to record these videos. I used to get a lot of views, but then when I went to school, somebody in my school just discovered these videos and I started getting bullied for it. So I deleted all the videos. That's why you see like just one video over there, which is still listed. Now, after that, I tried developing apps, right? I went on to YouTube. I learned how to code. I made my first game. It got like 50,000-60,000 downloads and more. I even launched a website, right, which was called as buzzpedia.com. It got 13,000 shares on one single article, 10,000 shares on another one. Basically, the website used to get like, pretty decent amount of views. In fact, you can see that we got around, I think 65,000 sessions that were recorded on that particular day, right? Our Facebook page used to reach around about 2.1 million people a week. So that's just a skill that I learned, right? I literally just went to Google or YouTube, watched few videos, and discovered all these things and just started applying them for myself, right? So the point that I'm trying to say over here is that during this stage, what I would recommend to a lot of people is just go out and discover, right? It's okay to explore. It's okay to, try out different kind of things. Maybe you want to try blogging, you go ahead and do that. Maybe you want to try SEO. Maybe you want to try digital marketing. Maybe you want to try coding, right? It's okay to go and explore and give yourself the necessary amount of time to identify what exactly you're good at and what exactly you want to take forward. Most people just do things just because it makes them money. And in my opinion, that's not the best strategy. Do what is best suited for, based on your strengths, right? And understand what your weaknesses are and then make a game plan accordingly. And you won't know all that until you go out and discover, right? Because, think about this. In school, when we are in 11th standard, our teachers just tell us to just go pick a stream, right? Commerce, science, medical, non-medical, humanities, whatever. How is an 11th grade student supposed to know what exactly to pick until they have actually tried it, right? So similarly with business, just go out, try different things, discover what works for you and what doesn't, record your experiences so that it builds the foundation for the future. Now, phase number 2 is learn how to market yourself, right? Because once you have actually learned a skill, right, you need to go and learn how you can present this to other people and actually get eyeballs to whatever you're doing. So as you can see, what I did is after learning all these skills, how to make a website, all that stuff, I went on to udemy.com and basically started recording, courses. And I also went to YouTube and started posting videos of everything that I was learning. So if I, created an article that got 10,000 shares, I just basically documented that journey and showed to other people how exactly I did that. And if you really think about this, I'm doing the same thing with this video. Literally whatever I did, I'm just sharing it with you and it's just coming from my experience. And that's what I would also recommend to you. The best way to market yourself is just to show other people what exactly you're doing. And the thing is that this particular, when I started like posting different kind of content on the internet, people started resonating with it. People started leaving reviews. And because of this, something wonderful happened. Actually, somebody reached out to me and asked me about how I can help them on a much more personalized basis, which I'll talk about. And that brings me to phase number 3, which is learn how to sell. Now, a lot of these courses that I had on this platform were, being sold at very nominal price, or I was just giving them away for free. The thing that I needed to understand next was, okay, I know how to get eyeballs to whatever I'm doing or presenting. Now, the next thing I need to do is I need to learn how to sell whatever knowledge I have accumulated, because, if I don't know how to turn that, those eyeballs into customers who can pay me, then what's the point of doing everything that I'm doing? So this is what happened, right? After seeing my content, somebody called as Vijay reached out to me and he's like, Rohan, I love whatever you're doing. Can you please do the same thing for my online store that I have? Show me how I can, get more eyeballs, how I can reach more people, and how can I also get more sales? And I said, okay, Vijay, let's do it. I quoted him around about $1,500. He made a payment to me in 2 parts, 775, as you can see over there on your screen. This is what I was able to get. Now, this is when I first realized, oh, okay. So, the people that are actually seeing whatever, I'm presenting to them, right? To me, it might be normal, but the thing is, I did spend like 5 years or 3 years probably trying to learn those different kind of skills while I was in school. Now, to those people, whatever I was teaching or whatever I was doing was valuable, because they knew and they understood that, hey, if this guy can do the same thing for me and get that much traffic to my store, I will make a lot of money. So that's why Vijay decided to pay me that amount, right? And this is exactly what happened. So I worked with Vijay, and please keep in mind, I knew nothing about e-commerce, right? This was literally me just like reading off a quote from Richard Branson, which said that, hey, just get the money, get the sale, and then figure out how to actually go about delivering it. And that's exactly what I did, right? And I worked with Vijay, and he was like, scaling his store. In fact, like there's a screenshot from back in the days when I helped him scale to even $5,300. This allowed me to take this case study and go sign other brands as well, like iSparkle that you see. We did advertisement for them as well, and it also resulted in a lot of sales for that particular brand. So after doing this, what I did is like I decided to actually take this knowledge, right? Because I was like, okay, now I need to go and scale, right? I've identified, okay, this works, right? Now I have to go out and scale this business. So what I did is I started launching different kind of webinars. I started selling my program, whatever I was doing for Vijay and my other clients. I started teaching it to other people and said that, hey, you can go out and start your own e-commerce brand, and you can actually do this for yourself. And this is a course that teaches you how to do that. Now, I was doing webinars back in the days, like this was earlier 2017. A lot of people that you see in India who are like doing these webinars and talking about low ticket products, like, no offense, like probably they were in their diapers when I was like doing all this back in the early days and selling at like $1,000 straight on a live webinar. So I'm not saying this, to like showcase that I'm like cool or whatever. I'm just telling you that this is what I decided to do, and I'll tell you why this wasn't such a good idea for me. So I launched different kind of ads. I used to attract people to my webinars. I used to sell them the exact thing, teaching them e-commerce. And, this really helped me, right? Because I was able to take all that knowledge of me learning a skill, which was marketing, sales, and also developing a skill from scratch, and turning that into a $10,000 per month business at the age of 19, 20. And that was pretty good for somebody who went to college and was doing this on the side. Now, the issue that I started facing next was something which led me to the next phase. Now, while I was serving all these, customers who were joining my program for e-commerce, what I started realizing is that a lot of those people did not have like much skills. And honestly, like, I was really bad at fulfillment. I didn't know like exactly how to like help a complete beginner back then to start their store, literally, find a niche from scratch and then basically launch them. And a lot of those people that I worked with had absolutely no skills. They had absolutely no idea what they were doing, and their goal was just to make money fast. And then they used to just get products from China for cheap and then, just like put them online. And I did not see much like a huge future in that, because I understood when the arbitrage finishes, right, then people will understand what's going on and they will start buying directly from AliExpress and stuff, right? So I understood that, and I did not see much scope. But one thing that I learned was that, hey, irrespective of how the model is, I'm still not very good at fulfillment. So that is a skill that I had to learn and really master, right? So this made me go to phase number 4, which is learn how to fulfill DFY. Now, hey, by the way, sorry for stopping. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because that really supports the algorithm. And if you like videos like such, it'll really motivate me to actually make more of these. Appreciate that. So back to the video. So phase number 4, what I did is I actually reached out to a guy. His name is Lintrin, right? That's on the left. And, I saw him on ClickFunnels group, if you know what that is. Like, he was making millions of dollars and he was doing really good for himself. So I reached out to him and I'm like, hey man, like, how are you able to actually scale this? Because, I wasn't able to do that at this point of time. And he told me one thing that I still remember till date. He's like, because my fulfillment is so good, right? And that really stuck to me. And I'm like, fulfillment is really good. So that's like something that I need to master, something that I need to learn. So what I did is I left all my clients, right? I basically shut down the agency, or I basically slowed it down, not exactly shut it. And then I went to Lynn and I said, hey, give me a job, whatever. I don't care what you pay me. I don't care about the income. And, just show me exactly how this business is run properly, right? Because he was doing something similar. So I went to him and I basically observed every single thing that was happening. And to be honest, like back then, I genuinely wanted to help him as well and contribute to his growth and his company's growth as well. And that's potentially what I did. I also coached his clients. I understood how he was doing marketing, how he was serving his clients, how he was retaining them, and all those valuable lessons that I don't think I would have learned anywhere else, or maybe on some sort of online course. Now, a lot of people will tell you,
hey, you can quit your job and become this entrepreneur and start teaching other people or whatever you're doing. and then maybe get a Ferrari or whatnot.
Now the thing with that is like, look, if you have no experience, I have to break it to you, right? You won't make it. You have to like put in the reps. Like it took me like 5 years of constantly doing that, and then on top of that, getting a job to understand how exactly this whole thing works, right? And that's precisely what I did. So after I was done with this, what I did is, I said, hey, appreciate Lynn, whatever you did. Plus also he was also moving in another direction with his business. So I decided, okay, let me go back on my own, start my agency again. I had all the skills now. I sent this cold email, already had some clients coming in. And then suddenly, what started happening is some people from India started reaching out to me and they started asking me, Rohan, how exactly are you like, charging these people such a high ticket amount, and how are you able to scale your business or get to wherever you are at? Because the clients that I'm getting, Rohan, they're asking for discounts, they're always like negotiating, etc. So I understood, hey, that is actually a problem, right? So I understood that people in India, agency owners specifically, they also needed a system so that they can also reach out to clients all over the globe and charge them the premium amount that I was charging, because most of them were stuck charging 30,000 rupees, 50,000 rupees, etc. So this is when I also decided to actually now find another mentor from whom I can pay and learn from. So whatever I had learned, not whatever I had earned, but like a small portion of whatever I had earned, I went on to Sam Owens and I invested in his program, right? I was like, hey man, teach me everything you got, right? How can I grow a business like such in India? And he was somebody that I respected, still respected date. He's an OG. But point is like, he had done what I wanted to do. So I just decided, hey, let me just figure out how this works, right? So, I decided to like help a lot of people in India. And this is when I moved on to phase number 5, which is learn how to teach, which is done with you. Okay. So this is in fact, what I want to do is just show you a quick clip from back in the days, right? So this is like one of my initial sessions at UAbility. This is like me presenting the session live. See the date, it literally says November 12th, 2018. This is when like I signed my first client, 2 clients of UAbility, and did my first session. And it was interesting, right? Like what I now had to do is take every knowledge that I had, done for myself, because I was like, running an agency, right? I was doing everything by myself. Now I had to take all that knowledge, put it into slides, and then teach it to other people. Now, the reason I wanted to do that is because I wanted to serve more clients. But if I was to just do it for them again and again, it would be very difficult for me to scale. So I created slides, and this was the very first session of, UAbility that I did. And after, serving these people, helping them get results, because I had now learned the skill of, firstly, I had identified a skill, then I had learned how to market myself, and then I had learned how to sell, and then I had worked with Lynn to understand how to fulfill. Now I had like the full suite, right? So that's why like, I think the 3rd or 4th sales call that I did with UAbility, I ended up closing it. I think it was the first one, right? That's why a lot of people get surprised.
Oh, Rohan, like that, you did it like at a very early stage, right? Like you became successful very fast. You were just lucky, right? You were just an early mover.
No, I had accumulated all these skills, and then as a result, when I did my probably the first sales call, I ended up closing it, right? And once I was done with that, once I had tapped out, I had created successful case studies. I was teaching these people live on Google Hangouts back then. Now I had to figure out a way to actually, get more clients, but it was becoming really difficult for me to like coach them by bringing them on Google Hangouts. So I had to figure out kind of like what Byju's did, a much more productized way of actually scaling the business. So this is when I learned how to scale using productization. This is the first version of the program that I created. People went through it, they loved it, and it allowed me to actually take this forward. Of course, now we have had multiple iterations of the same, and it's pretty good. Like people get awesome results. In fact, a lot better results than what they would get even if they were to work with a done for you agency, right? And then I'm now currently at phase number 7, where after learning all these skills, in order to turn this into a proper company and actually achieve the goals which I've set for myself, I have to learn another skill, which I'm still learning, which is learn to lead and manage, right? So at this point of time, now I have a team of like 13, 14 people. I have like 1,500 clients, right? So I can't do all this all by myself now. right? Gone are those days where like I was just a glorified freelancer working online, doing some stuff. Now I want to turn this into a proper company, and to do that I need to learn how to actually manage people, how to actually make sure that they are motivated, how to make sure I can maintain culture, how can I lead them, how can I lead my clients, how can I make sure our success ratio is on point, our marketing is on point, and basically we are able to actually sustain more load while making sure our profit margins are pretty decent, right? So these are new skills that I'm learning. After this, of course, the skill would be that I'll have to learn how to, train leaders who will be leading on my behalf, and then so on and so forth, which I'm super excited to do, because these are the skills that you have to learn in order to progress and become the best version of yourself. Now, at this point of time, I'm not sure if viewability is like the thing that I'll do for the rest of my life. What's going to happen, what's going to not happen, would there be another skill requirement, etc. This is just me being completely raw and documenting my journey so that you can learn from exactly what I went through. But one thing that I'm certain of, all these skills that I'm learning, they're compounding, they're accumulating, and of course, they're making me a better human being, better business owner, better leader. And that is why there is nothing as such as overnight success. Success takes time, because skill accumulation takes time. You can obviously shorten this curve by investing in mentors, just like how I did, or getting a job or something like that, and learning. But yeah, it does require time and requires patience and requires you to have the right mindset to keep going even when things aren't working out according to the plan. So I hope this video was beneficial to you, and I hope you can use these 7 phases in order to make multiple crores, at least how much I am making at this point of time, and achieve what I have done. Beyond this, whatever I'll achieve, I'll make sure to tell you. Till then, if you want to stay tuned for those updates, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, what exactly you would like to see next, and I'll see you in the next video. Rohan, Dhawan here. Take care and have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.